Hello, I am going to do some beef jerky today in the dehydrator. I am going to right now I'm going to get the ingredients for the marinade together. So it takes 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm going to put a little extra in. And then it calls for 1/4 of Worcestershire sauce of a cup. I'm just going to pour some in. Call for some pepper and salt. Some paprika. Garlic powder. And some soy sauce. The recipe that I'm not actually following, but I am just calls for a pound of ground beef, lean beef, 1/4 cup Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, paprika, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. Oh, I really got that in there. Oops. Some red pepper flakes. It calls for a teaspoon, but I'm not putting that much in there. And then 3 tablespoons of water. And then we're going to stir it all together. Okay, I'm going to get all this. I'll be right back. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just using some pieces of meat that are on the smaller side. I'm going to cut it into 3 so I can easily cut this in half. I'm just going to put it into the bowl in front of it. And cut off all the extra fat that we can. When you make jerky, one thing to remember is that you need to refrigerate it after it's been processed. Again, we're going to cut off all the excess fat. Again, I'm going to cut it into 3. We can marinate it up to 12 hours. The choice is yours. Even 30 minutes of marinade gives it a flavor. I'm going to finish these up and then I'll be back. Alright, I got all of the meat cut. So now I'm going to pour this mixture into it. Make sure it's all covered. I did add some onion flakes to this. Use my hands to get it moved around in there. I'm going to do that a couple times while we're waiting to put it in the dehydrator. I will probably only let it sit for about 45 minutes before I go ahead and put them in the dehydrator, because I kind of want it done tonight before we go to bed, hopefully. So I'm going to put a lid on this and I'll be back when we put it into the dehydrator. Alright, so I have gone ahead and started my dehydrator at 167 degrees. With meat, you want to cook it at least 165. I'm just going to go ahead and stick as many of these on without them touching as I can on the trays. And then I'm just going to leave it like that and then go ahead and stick it in the dehydrator. And keep going until they are all on trays. I set the timer for 6 hours. They need to be nice and pliable, but not too hard. Because if they're too hard, then they'll be too hard to eat. I'm using my Beast Denali dehydrator. There'll be a link for it in the notes on the video. So I got 3 trays of meat. So I'm going to go ahead and just shut my dehydrator, and in 6 hours we'll check it out, see how it's doing. One thing to think about when you're dehydrating meat is that you can put other items in with the meat, but make sure that the meat is at the bottom of the dehydrator and not the top. That way your meat juices don't fall onto the other stuff that you're dehydrating. This is some of the jerky that I started yesterday. I think I might have cooked it too long, but it still is. I think it'll work. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.